In the start of history, there was a great chaos, and it was known as the Dark Era. ADE is after the Dark Era. For example, the first year would be the year 1 ADE. In the year 701 ADE, many nations are ruling the world, but with most notably the Empire of Prydaina. It has great wealth and a great military to go with it. The Empire recently done its biggest campaign, conquering two previous empires of Bospane and Gascor, and all their allies and vassals. It's also a nation that believes their emperor to be a god, and that he defeated an entire army by himself, and anyone who opposes the empire is punishable by death. The second most notable is the United Free Nations, a group of nations that believes in freedom and democracy. All leaders go to the capital, which centres around the Great Council Citadel on the island of Europa. Voting, businesses and guilds are known to be corrupt over money, and it once got so bad it nearly destroyed the United Free Nations, plunging it into a civil war. Some nations wish to leave the United Free Nations, such as Drivania, which makes up nearly half of the United Free Nations by land. Outraged by Prydainia's actions for invading small states, the Khanate tribes declared war on Prydainia. After 6 years of fighting, the Khanate tribe's capital of Losha was besieged. Everyone in the city was killed, raped, or enslaved, but the Prydainian Empire and the Khanate tribes were thrown into chaos, with many tribes fighting each other. In victory, Prydainia thought itself unstoppable, so led another great campaign to the northeast to Nara. Nara is led by an organisation known as the Knight's Corps, and the nation itself is very unknown, but only in less than a month of war, and the Empire took Nara, but somehow the Night Corps vanished without a trace. To Prydainia's amazement, they discovered a huge wall going from one edge of the sea to the other. The wall was also guarded by 10,000 Knights Corps members. The Prydainian Empire then offered peace with the Knights Corps, and the Knight Corps accepted, providing that every year the Empire send 100 of their knights to the wall. Prydainia accepted, but only sent rapists, murderers, and lawbreakers. This will be known as the Treaty of Silver Angels. Meanwhile, the Empire is still at war in the southeast with its conquest of the Peaceful Islands. The two have been at war since the war with Bospane and Gascor empires began. With his anger, the leader of the Prydainian Empire led 3/4 of all the Empire's armies to the Peaceful Islands and went into a full-on attack to the capital of Daila. It will be known as the Battle of the Damned, that took a whole 4 days of constant fighting to come to an end, with the Empire as the victor. The Peaceful Islands surrendered and was then to be put as a puppet state by the Empire for wealth and trade. The Emperor ordered 2 great grand bridges to the mainland and the Peaceful Islands for better trade and travel. For the people, It took 23 years to build, with over 1/3 of the Empire's wealth being spent. Meanwhile, in the West, the United Free Nations are on the edge of collapse, with Drivania, Grio, and Vesona are all seeking independence. Guilds and organizations are taking advantage and are being used for assassination, protection, and sabotage. And with a weak enforcement, the United Free Nations are unable to stop it. Many nations are thinking of starting the Great Alliance proposed by Osmium due to fear of the Pridanian Empire. But then, a huge event happened in the Peaceful Islands, where rebels blew up the two great Grand Bridges, only leaving them useless. This, in turn, economically destroyed the Empire. 23 nations then declared independence from the Empire. All them nations were classed as rebels and traitors by the Empire. And then came the bloody, uncertain war, with people being raped, murdered, and kidnapped. The Empire was starting to become a lawless state, with only cities being guarded. Corruption then quickly followed, with high-ranking officials taking the law into their own hands for greed and power. The Empire even started to be seen as evil by its most loyal citizens. The Peaceful Islands eventually defeated the Empire in the Peaceful Islands, led by a mysterious person who claimed to be from another world and frozen in time. The Emperor called the mysterious person for a last, final battle, where the mysterious person strangely agreed, and they met in the capital, in the center of the Empire, and in the great Emperor's throne room. And then history was changed forever.